Welcome back to Spike Coffee and Sarcasm with Kris and Van. Anywho, let's talk about getting old. And I haven't had enough wine.
Are you really going to whine? No, I'm going to drink wine. Okay.
I'm going to drink it, though.
Getting old sucks. That's my opinion on it.
Very much so.
For real.
You know, I think it was Janelle who posted something on Facebook about the signs of menopause. And I found that, and I don't know where my mouse is. Where is my mouse? Hello? Oh, there it is. Okay. So I found these common symptoms of menopause because we are both 44 years old. You, luckily, have had a hysterectomy. So some of this shit you ain't even going to go through, which kind of makes me a little jealous. None of these symptoms of menopause sound fun. Like, you would think that having babies, like getting cut open in my case, or pushing a baby through your vajayjay, because that shit hurts. You would think that bleeding once a month, pushing babies out your vajayjay, or getting cut open to take the baby out, and the mood swings and all the shit you go through as a teenage girl and a young woman would be enough. No, they decide to tack on menopause in your 40s and your 50s. So we're going to give you more shit to deal with. That's nice. Thanks for that. So some of these common symptoms are, this is under common symptoms, hot flashes,
yes,
which I know you have. Those sound fun.
Oh my gosh. Let me, you know what, before you even go any further, let me start with hot flashes real quick.
Yeah. No, let's talk about night sweats. Or hot flashes. Yeah.
Seriously, when I went away on that trip for work, I was new in my position, didn't know my job very well. And one of those things with hot flashes is that if you get embarrassed, it brings them on. And I am the queen of embarrassment. Oh my gosh, it is so easy to embarrass me. So I'm sitting there with all the engineers and the tech guys and the, everybody from this company that we were sitting there testing the equipment for. And they asked me to do something, and I got nervous trying to do it right. So nervous that I tried too hard and did it wrong. And then I got embarrassed, and then I turned red, and then I started not just sweating, but pouring sweat. Like it looked like I just got out of the shower. My head was soaked. It was so humiliating. And one of the engineers goes,
"Oh my gosh.
Are you okay? Let's make it worse."
Are you having a heart attack?
And I said, yeah, once the initial embarrassment goes away, I'll be fine. And then he placated me, He's like, "Oh, you don't have to be embarrassed." And I was like, "Dude, you know what? You're not making it any better. Shut
the fuck up."
Yeah, just enough with your talk. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole hot flash thing.
Be quiet.
Oh, that's terrible. Although I do have to say I haven't had a hot flash in, knock on fake wood, I haven't had a hot flash in a couple weeks, I think, or at least not a bad one. But yeah, those are terrible. Okay, go ahead.
That's because it's been 17 below zero where you are. How could you have a hot flash when you're dealing with hypothermia? Anyway.
Well, there is that.
I think that I probably I know that I've had night sweats before, and those suck. You wake up and you're like, what the hell is why am I wet? First of all, did I have a dream? I thought only guys had those.
That's not the same kind of wet.
So I know I've had night sweats. No, it's not the same kind of wet. It's not the good kind of wet. It's the bad kind of wet. But I don't know if I've ever had a hot flash. I probably have and just didn't know it.
Well,
but so we have hot flashes.
Night sweats and hot flashes, they almost go hand in hand, but hot flashes, you'll have more, obviously you'll have them more in the waking hours, and you would know. It's like Mark and I we'd be going to bed, and I'd have a hot flash, and it makes my clothes hot. Like, it like radiates the heat, and
God, I don't want
even
these.
more so, he could say, geez, you're like a furnace. And that's, I mean, when I lay down to go to sleep, him and I cuddle up together or whatever we did before I had surgery. And now it's like, okay, we'll, hug and kiss real quick. And then, okay, we need space because I just...
Yeah, and then you need to not touch me.
And then you sleep with your legs out and the fan blowing on you. It's seriously, hot flashes suck. And night sweats, they're just as bad. I do that all the time too.
I am not looking forward to that at all. Like, no. Another one is irregular periods, which I'm kind of okay with the irregular periods because I just want it to go away altogether because I have no use for this anymore. I'm not having any more babies. Nothing is going to be in my uterus ever again. So I'm okay with the irregular ones. Like, if you want to come this month but not next month, I'm okay with that. By all means. Loss of libido, psh, I don't even want to go there. I don't even have a reason to have a libido.
That's a true story, though.
I don't care if it goes away.
Loss of libido. That's,
yeah,
being a married 44-year-old woman, I want to do it. I just don't have the ambition.
Mentally. Yeah. It's like, yeah. I just don't really think about it much anymore because I've been single for so long and I just don't do that anymore. So, whatever. It's overrated.
It's overrated.
Yeah, it's overrated. Okay, so then there's vaginal dryness. That sounds fun. Because it's either dry or it's constantly got crap coming out of it. Like, there's no medium. There's really not. It's just, it's not
being
fun.
Being a girl is not fun.
I'm just going to leave it at that. No, being a girl fucking sucks, dude.
Sorry, Mom.
But it sucks. Sorry, Mom, but there's the F word's going to come out of my mouth a lot during this. But my mom will probably laugh because, she's 60-something, so she's probably already been through all this.
Got it.
But she's had a hysterectomy too, so I know she gets the hot flashes. I've witnessed that.
When did she have hers? Was she already going through menopause when she had it, or did she have it before menopause started?
I think it was before, but she had it for the same reason you had it. Because she was having painful periods, really bad.
Painful periods and endometriosis is what the final... The final diagnosis for me, endometriosis, really bad. But that, and I didn't...
Yeah,
I'd never even been diagnosed with that before. I had no idea I had that. But yeah, fibroids and it was pretty bad. My uterus was like 4 times the size it should have been.
Oh, Lord. Oh, God. Mm-hmm. Blech. Blech.
Well, so...
Ugh. Yeah, so that was the reason why she had her hysterectomy. It was the same reason you had yours. And then we have the good old mood swings, which we've been having those since we were 13. Gosh. So they just get a lot worse.
They do get a lot worse. You know what?
Man.
Before I had my surgery, though. Oh, my gosh. I cried. My daughter went into boot camp and then to AIT. I cried for 10 weeks straight. 10 weeks. 10 weeks. Oh. I stood on the line. My lead was like, oh my gosh, what is wrong with you? Shut the fuck up. For real. He really just, it's bad. The older I get, the worse that it gets. And like the week before I'm getting ready to start, oh my God, I am like Jekyll and Hyde. 1 minute I'm crying and I'm emotional and life just sucks and I hate everything and everybody. And then the next minute, I'm just this raging bitch. My kids are like, oh my God, she's going to kill us. Like, I am just mad. I'm just mad all the time. And I'm just snapping. And I like go lock myself in the bathroom. And I'm like, what the hell is wrong with me? Mm-hmm. And then, a couple days later, Aunt Flo came. And that's why I've been a raging bitch for 5 days. Fantastic. You know what? I went into the doctor one time. This was a few years ago. It was way before my surgery. I went into my doctor one time and I started crying and I said, I need something to help me.
I need some Prozac.
It was like that. I said, my kids hate me because I hate me because I am mean. All I ever do is yell. And I don't like that about me at all. And I before I had the surgery, I can remember the cycle being the week before. It was like I was giving everybody emotional whiplash. 1 minute I'd be fine, the next minute I'd be crying, then I'd be angry. Then the week of, I'd be in pain and I'd be miserable. Then the week after, I'd be recovering and tired. And then it was back to the, week 4 where it was just, oh my gosh, it was terrible. And it got worse the older I got. Achoo!
I was going to sneeze. I literally have 1 week out of the month where I feel okay. And I mean, my mood is okay. The JJ's okay. There's not a whole lot going on down there. I feel like normal, but then the other 3 weeks of the month, just throw me in solitary confinement and just leave me there for 3 weeks. And then I'll come out for a week and I'll be the best person in the world, then throw my ass back in there because I'm just not a nice person.
I don't blame you.
So anyway.
I don't blame you.
Ugh.
And what are some other things that you found on the list?
Well, so this is under changes. So these are the changes that we're going to go through. Like the other ones aren't changed, but whatever. So we're going to get fatigue, which I've been tired since the day Nathan was born in 2004. Yep. So whatever. Fatigue, hair loss, which I've always shed a lot of hair. So that's not going to be anything new. Sleep disorders.
No.
That sounds fun. I do have a little insomnia sometimes. Awake at 3:30 and have to be to work by 6 and go back to sleep at 5:45. That's fun.
That's, you know what? The broken sleep is what really bugs me. And that a lot of times.
Oh, it's horrible.
A lot of times that has to do with the night sweats. I'll get really hot, really cold, wake up, go to sleep, get up and go pee. Does it say anything about peeing 17 times a night?
Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there.
Yeah, that's a big deal too.
So sleep disorders. So you basically don't sleep, which then you have mood swings. So not only are you tired, but you're moody, which just makes it 10 times worse. God, being a girl just sucks. So then there's difficulty concentrating, which that's so me right now. I can't focus to save my life. I'm trying to go to school. My job takes a lot of concentration and I have to be organized and I got to be focused. There are days I'm sitting at my desk and I'm like, I'm just looking around. I can't focus on nothing. And it makes my job hard because then I get behind and then it just, anyway. Yeah, I have a hard time concentrating. That's not fun.
That was a perfect example.
This one right there, right?
Look, squirrel.
So this one, yeah, squirrel.
There's something sparkly over there. I'm sorry.
This one's for you, Kris. Memory lapses. Oh my God.
What was your name again?
You can't remember shit.
CRS.
Yeah. What are we doing?
CRS, really bad.
Yeah.
I had that.
Why are we here?
And I truly, that was one thing I was going to say. Just, even without menopause, just age in general. Even when
in general.
From the time that before I had kids to after I had my first one, mommy brain was a big deal. Mm-hmm. I forgot everything when my kids were little. Then MS came. And with MS, I called it MS brain because the memory loss there was just... There are some things that my kids say to me, and I know that kids remember things differently or more often than parents do, but Katie will come up to me once in a while and she'll say, remember when I... And I'm like, nope, don't remember that at all.
Nope. I always tell my kids, you're making that up. That didn't happen.
Right? Oh, memory loss is bad.
And I don't understand why there's some things that I really wish I didn't remember. And then there's things that I wish I did remember because there's a lot of things that I constantly think about and rethink about and that thought won't go out of my head and it's not a good thought.
Right.
It's not a pleasant thought, but I can remember that shit like it happened yesterday, but I can't remember what, my second son's first word was. So, can I remember that and not this other thing, please? Right?
I feel your pain.
I'm telling you, the brain.
Seriously.
So if this is going to get worse as we get older, oh Lord, we better start writing. It's a good thing we're doing a podcast and then we can go back and listen to stuff and we'll be able to remember it. That's one good thing about doing this.
I used to laugh too because another thing with getting older is hearing loss. And what makes me laugh, exactly. What makes me laugh about that is we'd be sitting in, I used to work as a CNA, you know that. But I'd be sitting in the lunchroom with all of the, the residents there. And there would be a table of 4, okay? Square table, 4 people sitting at it. And the 2 on one side are talking shit about the 2 on the other side. And nobody can hear anything. Because none of them have their hearing aids in. It's the funniest thing ever. They're all just, you could walk by any table and you could hear somebody saying, well, she blah, blah, blah. And then the other side is going, and she this, that, and the other. And nobody can hear anything. It's really fun.
Old folks, man, old folks' homes are so funny.
They are fun, and they're fun to people watching.
My grandma's, oh, for sure. Like, that could be another whole episode between you working at the home care center and the stuff I've seen at my grandma's place. Oh, that could be an episode right there. So we need to write that down. We need to talk about that. Okay. So, memory lapses and then dizziness.
I get that sometimes. Dizzy, but...
I get that sometimes, too.
Mostly when if I haven't
weight gain.
Oh my gosh! Let me tell you what's happened to me since I had a hysterectomy. I've gained 20 freaking pounds.
I don't want to talk about weight gain. I'm just fat all the time.
20 pounds.
You what?
I gained 20 pounds. Oh. And you remember back in 2008, I lost 50 something. I gained 20 of it back. I stepped on the scale and almost I audibly made a noise. Could not believe I had gained 20 pounds, but it is what it is.
I step on the scale and it cries with me.
Shut up.
It goes, damn, girl. You need to get off me. You're hurting me. Get off. Just kidding.
You're terrible. Don't talk like that.
Hey, it's just the truth. I mean, I know what I am. I'm not saying it in a derogatory way. I'm just saying. I'm a fat girl. So here's your incontinence.
Incontinence.
How do you say that?
Incontinence.
Yeah, that. I've got that a lot.
Oh, I had that reconstructed.
I sneeze, I pee.
I sneeze.
I cough, I pee.
I laugh,
I pee.
I run, I pee.
Oh, I don't run, but I would probably pee if I did run.
I went in one time when I was way back when the incontinence first started, before I had it all fixed and put back together the right way.
She got her bladder lifted. She didn't get a facelift. She got a bladder lift.
Right, 'cause that's more important. I don't want to. Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, so I went to the doctor and I had to go in for the yearly woman checkup, whatever, and she was asking me how
next week.
Everything was going, and I told her that I had that a little bit, and she told me she told me to try this. And I said, okay, but when I do it, it's stress incontinence, like when I run or when I laugh or whatever. And she's like, well, if you think you're going to run, then take one of these first. And I was like, really? That's your answer? Really? Oh, wait, I might run today.
What did she want you to take? I wanted to do that.
I can't.
What did she want you to take?
It was one of those... I don't remember what it's called now. It's I'll look it up.
Can't even remember for your best friend.
I'll look it up and find the name. It's for overactive bladder. It's a prescription for an overactive bladder, but it's more for.
I'll probably be getting that prescription.
Yeah, but it's not for stress incontinence. It's for just regular incontinence. Like if you just have that, it's supposed to help stop it from being so overactive. Mine wasn't overactive. It was only when I laughed or only when I ran or so.
I feel like I have a faucet down there. Like it just slowly leaks.
So sorry. You got leaky plumbing.
It's true though.
I'm sorry. That's terrible. I'm not.
I know
not
it's
funny. It's way funny.
It is. No, it's not funny, but it is funny, and I'm sorry for any guys that happen to be listening to this. You probably have already turned it off by now, but there's like I said, there's that 1 week a month where it's not that bad, but then there's other weeks where God, I'm like sitting at my desk and I'm like, I'm gonna stand up and it's gonna look like I pissed my pants. I just know it. Like that's what I feel like right now. I mean, every day I have to wear a poise pad because if I don't, then I just smell like a kid with diabetes. You know how sometimes you smell like urine?
I'm so sorry. That's so good.
No, but I don't mean that mean. I'm just saying that if you have diabetes, sometimes you smell like urine. It's a part of diabetes. I guess I should, but I didn't say it very nicely. I apologize.
That's not why.
That's.
It was just funny the way you said. I'm sorry.
Like, I hate it.
I don't blame you.
I could deal with anything else, but just make it stop leaking. can you sew it? I mean, nothing's going in there. So can you just sew it? Because, anyway, it's annoying.
I don't blame
We're
you.
moving on now from the P-tuck. Okay. So then we have bloating, which that happens once a month. I look like I'm having a baby. Then there's allergies, which, oh my God, there are days where my eyes, like I have allergy eyes, and I can like just barely, I'm on hold. She put me on hold. That's rude. She doesn't want to know about my allergies. She just put me on hold. She said, I'm not talking to you anymore.
I'm here.
That was rude. That was rude.
You know what? It was because you peed. That must have been it.
Well, I said it was because you didn't want to hear about my allergies.
My mom called on the other line, so I'll call her back. Yeah, I don't know. That was so weird.
She must not know it's almost midnight there.
Huh?
She must not know it's almost midnight there.
No, probably not. Or she just got off work. My mom works. She works 2 jobs now, so she's constantly working, actually, which a good thing.
That's good. Yeah, it's a good thing. Okay, so then there's allergies, but I have allergies anyway, so whatever. That's probably just going to get 10 times worse, and that's something to look forward to.
I have allergies.
Brittle nails.
I have allergies too, but they're not. I notice that for me, it's worse. And I wouldn't think this, but it's because the air is so dry. It's worse in the winter and obviously in the spring because everything's blooming. But the winter is horrible. I will get up in the morning and sneeze 500 times. And it's worse now. The older I get, it seems like that part of it gets worse. I don't know that it's necessary because I didn't go through menopause as much as I was forced over menopause. You know, I mean, I went from...
You were pushed to the dark side.
Yeah, I went from premenopause to postmenopausal. So I don't know if that's why I had it, but I've had allergies for moving up here, and it was worse, like lots worse. Anyway, go ahead. What is that? What the heck was that face?
So, as you were talking, I was scrolling down on this website, and it was talking about... Okay, I've had some wine. Keep that in mind. So, under the vaginal dryness part, all I saw was where it becomes smaller in width and length. And I was like, oh, wait, what?
Your vagina shrinks?
It's under, so I'm scrolling down and number 5 is vaginal dryness. So I'm just kind of skimming over, and all I see is where it becomes smaller in width and length. And I was like, what the hell? Wait, what? Yeah, it's called atrophy of the vagina.
Atrophy.
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 There you go. Yeah. So it becomes, anyway, so sorry, that was why I had that look on my face.
Sometimes
okay, anyway, going back up to the list.
Sometimes I wish that our podcast was
that it
able
would
to be
get smaller.
video recorded, because
right?
That would be funny. That's one of those, that would be one of those moments where you and I could do a reaction to video. That would be fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead. What's the next one?
Because, I'm sure that okay. So then we have brittle nails, but I've always had brittle nails, so that's not really going to cause any problem. Nope. So then we have changes in odor.
Oh, yay.
Yay! So we're going to stink. Woohoo! Let's just get on that bandwagon. Ay, caramba. Then we have irregular heartbeat. Okay.
I get that sometimes.
Depression.
Oh, I always have that.
Do you?
Yeah, the irregular heartbeat, sometimes I'll feel like it's like I'll lay down and all of a sudden it'll feel like my heart like double pumps. Have you ever felt that? Like where it goes...
Yeah, I felt that,
okay,
yeah.
So, and it doesn't happen often, but it happens more often now than it ever did before. And depression, wow.
Oh boy, yeah, let's get old.
Yeah.
Yeah, so depression, anxiety, which I have both of those already, so that'll intensify. Yay. Irritability, I already have that, so yay. And a panic disorder. Oh, that sounds fun. let's have some panic disorder. Let's add that onto it.
Well, it's just a full-time party over here.
Oh, yeah. But now we get into the next category is pains. Yay. Okay, here we go. So we're going to get some breast pain. Good.
Yeah, okay,
We're going to get...
That's probably because
I already get that.
Mammograms, it's preparing your body for mammograms. I've never had one yet, and I need to.
I've never had one either. I need to, too.
Yeah, we need to do that.
Bad us.
We're supposed to do that.
We need to go get our boobies squished. I know. We need to go get our boobies squished. So breast pain and then headaches, which I have those a lot.
Daily. I have daily headaches.
Yeah. I don't have them daily, and I get more sinus headaches due to the allergies. So see, bad allergies. I get sinus headaches.
Mine is because of MS
and then medication. Yeah. Then we got joint pain. I've got some of that. I got pain in my hip. I got pain in my knee. Yep, getting old is fun. Okay, so explain this. We're gonna get burning tongues.
What?
That sounds exciting.
The only time...
Burning tongue.
Okay, the only time so far that I've ever had a burning tongue is if I've eaten too much pineapple. Pineapple makes my tongue burn.
Oh, yeah. That's the acid in the pineapple. Yeah, I get canker sores if I eat too much pineapple. Or drink too much orange juice. It's the acidity. The acid. Yep. Yeah.
I didn't know that my tongue was going to catch on fire.
But if menopause is going to give me... Jesus Christ. Oh, so this is my favorite one. This was one that I even commented on this one. Number 28 is, oh, by the way, there are 34 things that can come with menopause. That's fun. Oh. So, number 28 is electric shocks. Why the F word are we going to get...
There you go, Vicky. How about electric
that? We are going to get electric shocks. What does that mean? Okay, now let me ask you this though. So electric shocks. So every day at work, no matter what shoes I wear, no matter what I do, if I get up from my desk and I walk over to somebody else's desk and I touch it, electric shock every time. Is that what that is?
I don't know because I have gotten that.
I really hate that you're eating cookies right now and I can't share them. Anyway, go on.
Wow.
Well,
I'm done.
You know, a cookie would taste really good with my wine. I'm almost done with my wine, too.
I really kind of savored that cookie because it was the only one that was in the house. The only one. I hid it in here. There was only one, so I ate it real slow. Anyway, the electric shocks, I have gotten those sensations. Like, sometimes I'll get a dizzying, shocking feeling in my head, or my eyes will go cross-eyed, so I don't know.
Man.
But a lot of that is related to MS, too.
This is some bullshit. This getting old and being a woman is just pure and utter bullshit. Yep. This is just not fair. Mm-hmm. The only thing that men have to worry about is if their prostate gets too big and they can't piss. That's not fair. It's just not. They don't get sleep disorders. They don't gain weight. Well, they do gain weight. They don't get incontinence or bloating or irregular periods, night sweats. They don't get vaginal dryness. This is so just not fair.
I definitely think it's harder being a woman than it is,
For sure.
But,
if I could list... Oh, I could...
So what are the other ones?
So the rest of this, I'll just go through really fast because they're digestive problems, which I've already had for a long time. Gum problems, which means you might have to get dentures eventually. Muscle tension, itchy skin. Yay, looking forward to that. And tingling extremities. Yep. I already have a little bit of that, but I think some of that has to do with carpal tunnel because I'm pretty sure I have carpal tunnel in my right hand.
Oy vey.
Yeah. And we know what really sucks about that is I hope it doesn't get really bad because if I have to get surgery for carpal tunnel, guess what they're going to have to cut?
No. You can't have surgery then.
I know. I would just have to deal with it because it's going to cut right through my tattoo. I should have gotten it on my left hand now that I think about it. Oh, well.
But
maybe they can just do it laser. Like, you know, maybe by the time it gets really bad, it'll be like they can just stick a camera or whatever, some shit in there and fix it. And not have to cut through my tattoo.
Maybe they won't. We'll just think positive. That's...
I mean, it's not that bad. I get my fingers twitch every once in a while when, like, after a long day at work, or if I go from work to home because I have to be on the computer for school, then my fingers start twitching because it's tired. But so anyway, that is our list of 34 menopause symptoms. That sounds like a whole lot of fun. I'm ready to put my name on the waiting list.
You're so full of shit. Nobody wants to be on that list.
I'm rip-raring and ready to go.
No, that's when...
Let's do it.
Okay, but besides menopause, there's got to be some good things to aging. You know, like, what? The senior citizens discount?
I can...
I mean...
We can get 20% off our order. I can buy my own alcohol. I can buy cigarettes if I want to.
We could do all that at 21, Van.
Okay. Okay. God. Still
Okay.
Right on my parade.
How about this? Some of the perks of getting old. If you are fortunate enough to have children, then there's a possibility that you'll have grandchildren. That's a perk. Hey, you say that now because you're in the throes of your kids' teenage years. But once we have grandkids, we get to spoil them rotten and send them home. I mean, I have to hold on to something. I'm grasping. You know what is a really good perk for me about getting older, for you and I getting older, is because you're going to become a grandma before I do. Funny girl. You think you're real funny, don't you?
That's, because you've got she's 23 now?
And 17.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're going to be a grandma way before I am. Woohoo! That's a perk to getting old.
I'm flipping you off right
Yay!
now. Right there. Big fat middle finger. Right to you. Love you.
Yep. Love you too. So that's a perk.
So in the here and now, guess what I did today?
Oh, boy. What'd you do?
This is a good thing. It's not a bad thing.
Okay.
I took Brandon down and had him fitted for a tuxedo because his prom is next week.
Aww.
I know.
Did Alyssa go to prom?
Yep. But I didn't get to help Alyssa with her prom because she at that point she had already moved out of the house. So she got ready at her friend's house and just came home with her date, and I took a picture there. I went to Grand March and took a picture there. But I get to help Brandon get ready. And there's his girlfriend is going to probably, like, I helped her look for her dress today. We didn't find one today, but maybe tomorrow.
Where does she not have a mom?
No. She lives with her dad. So, I don't know where her mom lives, but she lives with her dad. So, yeah, I just told her, I mean, she's got an aunt and stuff that would help her, but I told her if she needed anything, then I'd be happy to help her. But she went with us today to get Brandon fitted for his tux. He's going to wear a black and white, black bow tie, black vest, black jacket, shoes. I'm going to cry my eyes out.
Yep, you probably are. No, I know you are.
And you know, speaking of that, I don't even cry as much as I used to, but I feel it already that I will probably cry. And here's another part of getting old that sucks. When I was in my 20s and even early 30s, staying up all night was not a big deal. I was like, woohoo, we got this.
Right?
I got asked to volunteer for prom. Up here they have a thing called post-prom, which is like the safe alternative to going out and partying. No alcohol, no drugs, you know. So they do post-prom here at the arena. They set up games and drawings and all kinds of fun stuff for the kids to do. They asked us to, they asked me if I would volunteer for post-prom, and it's from 11:30 p.m. to 4:30 a.m.
Oh, no.
So at 12:30, at prom ends at 12 at the high school. Then they come over, they, change of clothes, come over to the arena. And at 12:30, the doors close and lock to the arena, and they're there for the night. And they just play games all night and do, fun stuff, whatever. So I am looking forward to that. But when I told Mark, I said, I'm I said they asked me to volunteer for post prom. Do you mind if I go? And he goes, well, I think that you probably should ask Brandon first. And so
he's like, please make sure that he wants you there.
Yeah, well, that's basically what he said. Because what 17-year-old kid, especially a boy, wants his mom hanging out at, So I asked him.
Yours?
Well, get this. I asked him. I said, do you mind? I told him about being invited to volunteer, and do you mind if I'm there? I said, I swear you won't even know I'm there. I won't chase you down and take pictures, or I won't embarrass you. And he goes, Mom, the only time I was ever worried about you embarrassing me is in front of a girl. I don't have to worry about that now, so I don't care if you're there. Aw, love you. Silly.
Yeah, I think if I were to ask Nathan that same question when he turns 17, he's going to be like, Mom, please don't go. Please don't go.
Well, Mark...
He's not going to. Well, I tend to embarrass my children, so...
Well, me too.
There's probably a good reason.
Like Alyssa, when she was going to her dances or whatever, Mark told her he was going to dress up in a muumuu and curlers and volunteer to chaperone.
That would have been funny. Yeah. See, so Ian, this kid, I mean, Nathan, he's a lot like his dad, so he doesn't really show much emotion, and he just kind of, shrugs a lot. Yeah. But Ian, and I do this stuff on purpose because I know the reaction I'm going to get from him. So we were watching a movie the other day, and we were watching The Greatest Showman. And
that's the Barnum and Bailey
it's got
one, right?
Hugh Jackman.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So it's got Hugh Jackman in it, and it's got Zac Efron in it. And so I'm sitting there, and Zac Efron he's hot these days. So we're sitting there watching it, they're singing because it's like a musical, and I said, gosh, I really hope he takes his shirt off. And Ian goes, Mom, why do you have to say things like that? I'm like, what? I just want him to take his shirt off. He's got abs. Ian's like, oh my, I just can't believe you say things like that. And then the other night, it was just me and Ian, and we had gone to the grocery store and we got stuff for dinner. And so we decided to get hummus and some pita bread. And then he's like, Mom, we should get some brie cheese. I looked at him and I went, brie? How do you even know about brie cheese? He goes, well, I've had it at Dad's. And I was like, okay. So we went over and we found like a little triangle of brie cheese. And it's like a creamy, kind of soft cheese. And so I said, Ian, what's really good is that we could get some crescent rolls, and you wrap the brie in the crescent rolls, and then you bake it, and then you put jam on top of it, and you eat it with crackers, because then the brie melts and it's nice and soft and it's really good. And he was like, oh, that sounds good. So we get home and I wrap it all up in the crescent and everything, and it's like in a triangle, and so the crescent makes it look a lot thicker. Ian comes over and he looks at it and he goes, Mom, that kind of looks like, and I looked at him and I went, a penis? And he was like, oh my God. He goes, why do you have to say that? And I said, what? Is that what you were thinking? He goes, yeah, but can't you say winky or something? You don't have to say that. And I said, but that's what it's called.
That's funny.
Man, I get him every time. Every time I get him, I always tell him, he's like, can I go take a bath? Like, yeah, you better get up there and get those winky crusties off so it doesn't fall off. He's like, Mom. He hates it. I think it's hilarious. But anyway.
That's funny. Well, so do you want to do some would you rather questions?
Yes, I would, please.
All right, you go first this time.
And you're going first. No.
I said first.
I went first last time.
I said first.
Nope, I went first last time.
I always go first.
I went first last time.
I go first every single time. You know what? Go back and listen to all these episodes, and I guarantee you,
No.
I've gone first on almost every single one of them. So you go first.
Blah, blah.
Blah, blah.
You know what I hear? Well,
I'm here.
Okay, Charlie Brown.
You go first.
Okay. My first one is, would you rather have sex with someone with bad body odor?
Ew.
Or bad breath?
Ew.
I know
Okay.
what my answer would be.
Okay, you know what? I would rather if I would rather not, but I would choose bad breath.
I would too.
Because
that's because you can turn their face. Go, or
you can
if
sit
you do
up. You can be on top.
If they're behind you, then that's not.
Wait. Wait. Before you finish, small disclaimer. If you're one of my children and you're under the age of 17, it's time to stop listening. I'm just kidding. No, yes, behind or on top or whatever, but everybody gets bad breath. But body odor.
Yeah, if they have body odor, it's like there's no escaping that. Like it's everywhere. Yep. And I mean everywhere. Yeah, the winkies. There's winky crusties going on there. Just saying.
So gross. Stop it. Ew.
We're going to have to put like explicit on this episode.
Yeah, we're bordering porn right here.
No. I could be a whole lot worse. Okay, go with your question.
Would you rather have your brain transplanted into a robot body or into any animal of your choice? Oh, she put the water down, guys. This is a thinker.
It is. This is a conundrum. This makes me think. I think I would want it to be put into an animal.
Really?
Just because, because robots are metal and they're robots. And if you put your brain in an animal, at least, I mean, as long as it's a nice animal and it's not like an animal that's gonna kill people. But I mean, I guess any animal could really kill somebody. So I would say animal, and I would want my brain to be put into an elephant.
Okay. So
because elephants are smart and I'm smart.
That's true. You don't have a trunk yet, but if you go through with this brain transplant thing, you never know.
Hey, I'd have something to play with.
You know what I've seen elephants do with their trunks?
Yep.
They get elephant snacks from the elephant in front of them.
Ew.
No. Okay, so my answer to that question.
It's not any worse. I can't see you. I can see the top of your head.
Sorry.
Please move your camera.
Jeez, okay. Bossy.
Bossy pants? This is bossy pants.
Okay, so what were you going to say?
Nothing.
Okay. So my answer to that
I don't know,
my answer to that question was when I first read it, I was thinking of it in terms of your consciousness, not necessarily your brain. Like, you know how they talk about they're talking about trying to figure out ways to put your consciousness into brains, into computers or whatever. So I would pick a robot, but it would be more like a laptop. Because then you could go on forever. That was my thought process. Okay. Like, so that I could still communicate with my family, because animals die and shit. So.
Okay, so a laptop
or a computer
and a robot are not the same thing.
Okay, but they're both computers. That's the thing. That's what I meant. Like, when I thought about this, I thought about downloading my consciousness into some sort of virtual, whatever. So if that means robot, then
That's gonna be a really slow computer.
Obviously. Smart ass.
Oh,
okay,
God, I love my best friend. Okay.
Okay.
So.
Oh, shut up.
I want to be a laptop.
You what? I want to be a laptop.
I want to be a laptop.
Hey, it could happen. It could be transferable.
Yes, but would you be...
it could be put onto a jump drive and brought to computer to computer to
but
computer.
But the big...
Son of a...
The big question would be, oh my God.
See that crashy noise you just heard? That was me dropping my phone, my computer.
I got to see her ceiling fan. So, okay, but the big question would be, if you're going to be a laptop, would you be a Windows laptop or would you be a MacBook?
I wouldn't be. I don't know. I wouldn't be a MacBook.
No.
I
wouldn't be your best friend anymore if you were a MacBook.
No, because
I don't like Apple.
I don't like Apple much either. And yeah, I'm just not even going to sugarcoat it. I'm not an Apple fan.
No, I'm not either. See, that's why we're best friends. Yep. Okay, so my next would you rather question. Would you rather know how you will die or when you will die? How or when?
That's a tough one for me. I really, really have a problem thinking about stuff like this. Like, I try and stay as far away from this thought process. So I don't know if I would want to know how, because what if it was something horribly bad and painful, and the when I'm that type of person that would worry about it until it happens. So I would really struggle with either one of those because I worry.
I think we're kind of on the same page on this one, because when I read it, I've always been, anytime anybody asked me if I would go to like a psychic or I wouldn't be opposed to going to like a medium, because they can't really predict when you're going to die. I don't want to know. I don't want to know how. I don't want to know when, because I feel that along the same lines of what you were talking about is I would live my life different. I wouldn't live my life the same, because I would constantly be worrying about, if I knew when it was going to happen, I would just be worrying until that day. And that's not any way to live your life. And if I knew how it was going to happen, I would always be trying to avoid that from happening. And that's just living a life of paranoia. So I don't want to know when I'm going to die. I don't want to know how I'm going to die. I know I am going to die, but I just want to live life. I just don't want to know.
Not if you get your brain downloaded into a computer laptop.
But I could be put into an elephant and I could live a really long time. But you know what? I think I need to change my animal. I'm going to tell you why. Because they're pregnant for 2 fucking years. I'm not going to be pregnant for 2 years.
So then you just be a boy elephant.
And then you got to... And then if you give birth to an elephant, do you know how much those suckers weigh when they're born? They're not 8 pounds. They're like 8 tons. Nope, sorry, that ain't coming out of my vajayjay. Nope.
I can't even believe we're having this conversation right now. Wow.
I cannot. I've had 2 cans of sparkling wine. I can believe we're having this conversation. Okay. Go on with your question.
Okay, so then, here's, okay. Would you rather wear wet socks all day long
I hate this question.
Or have a popcorn kernel stuck in your tooth all day?
Oh, I read that question and I hate both of those things.
Me too.
I cannot stand having anything stuck in my tooth because I constantly am like messing around with it.
Yep.
I don't even like wearing socks. And then if they get wet, oh hell no. I do not like wet socks on my feet. It is like the worst feeling in the entire world. So, if I had to answer this question, although I would want, between those two, I would want the wet socks. Only because wet socks can dry. Mm-hmm. The kernel stuck in your tooth, that could not come out for a long time. And that's painful. Can be painful. Mm-hmm. So I would much rather I would much rather have wet socks.
I'm right there with you.
Something stuck in my tooth.
Yep, and I'm for the same exact reason. I absolutely hate out here right now. Everything is wet because it's spring. You know, everything's melting. So if you go walking outside,
because it's turned on.
Yeah, you're gonna have wet feet.
Yeah.
It takes like 3 seconds for me to go, or even just walking through my house and accidentally stepping in like the dog splash water on the floor and you step in that, my socks are gone. Off, I'm done.
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
I take them right
socks
off.
can dry, but a kernel stuck in your teeth will make you want to pull your teeth out.
Oh, fucking for sure. I'm like trying to stick all kinds of shit in there. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. All right. Well, I guess we should probably wrap this lovely conversation that we've had tonight, all about menopause and vajayjays and all kinds of stuff.
Oh yeah, that's always fun.
We should say goodnight, but we need to let people know to, if you want to contact us, email us at spikedcoffeeandsarcasm@gmail.com. We are on Twitter. We are on Instagram. You can get our podcast on Podbean. You can get us on Spotify. You can get us on iTunes. And we're any really podcast app that you listen to your podcast on, just put in Spike Coffee and Sarcasm because we're probably there. Just look for us so you can listen to more of our madness. Give us your feedback. We would like to know how we're doing and what you like hearing. I just want to give a quick hey to new followers that we've gotten on Twitter and Instagram. And I don't know everybody because it's been a lot in the last couple weeks and I can't keep track of everybody.
I wanted to say thank you.
Yeah.
I was just going to say the same thing. I wanted to say thanks.
Yeah.
Wow, we're really overlapping each other here. Sorry.
But. How about we just, you want to interrupt me now? You want to interrupt me now? You want to interrupt me now? No, just kidding.
You're such a smart ass.
I've had too much wine.
I was just going to say the same thing you did. Thank you to all of our followers, our new followers on all of our social media, and we really appreciate the listen. What are you doing?
This episode.
Stop.
I was yawning. There's going to be a lot of editing for me to do in this episode. That's okay. I don't have anything else to do this weekend, so whatever. All right.
Well, we shall talk to you all later then.
Why all of a sudden when we're saying goodbye to you turn Southern? Like, all of a sudden you're like, because you're like, well, we'll talk to y'all later then. Like,
did we
move
say it like
to Texas?
That? I didn't mean to say it like that.
You did. You're
sorry.
Like, well.
Okay, so now that could be in the outtakes reel. Okay, so we'll talk to you later then. Bye.
Okay.
Bye,
everybody.
I said it again, didn't I?
You said bye. You
bye.
said the bad word.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
Okay,
all right, I gotta just stop this madness. Oh, I lost my mouse. Hold on.